Welcome back, ladies and gents. We are ready for the last match of the day. And it's the rematch. Lin versus 120. Played earlier already in the upper bracket. Lin there winning 2-0. Winning! The only 2-0 so far of the day. 120 though fighting back in the lower bracket. Just defeated Yumiko 2-1. And we're gonna have the same starting map once again. Turtle Rock as the beginner. 120, by the way, changed his map pick. No longer Northern Isles, rather it's going to be Hammerfall. If he does lose this map. 120 certainly didn't play his best earlier. Quite a few mistakes were visible in his playstyle. It looked like the Tet Fiend build didn't look all that strong at all. So now he's going back to a Ghoul opening, which I think is a lot better. DK out here creeping the first over camp. Starting off with the ring, not the best start. And it wants all damage and mana. Because normally it's the ghouls which will be getting targeted. That's at least the way the orc should do it. He should target the ghouls. If he's attacking heroes, most of the time he's going to be making a mistake. Double rings here for the DK. Protection and superiority. And already you can see how much better this opening is compared to the Tet Fiends. Oh, almost a steal. With the Tet Fiend build, 120 was unable to reach level 2 for a very, very long time. With the ghouls, it is a lot easier to get the XP and quick, as we saw here. Turtle Rock, though, still a pretty difficult map to get DK level 3. You can find lots of items pretty easily. You can move from green camp to green. But that is not enough for level 3. So that's the challenge here for Undead on this map, getting level 3. No headhunters this time, by the way. It looks like Lin is going for the Mass Wyvern style this time around. Oh, by the way, we had some subs earlier. Sorry, guys, I missed you. It was Bob Sakamano and Ciao Vernazza with the resub. And also Prince Neza with the resub. Said, ah, yes, balance wine, the real gameplay. Oh, yeah. The salty boys in the chat have been very good at being very whiny today, I've noticed. What a skill to have. DK here going for the starting gold mine. That seems pretty dangerous. Oh, it gets the experience, but ooh, that's a big misfire. That's a big backfire. Didn't get the item, didn't get level 3, costs him a ghoul and lots of mana. Very questionable creep route. That gets swiftly punished. Ooh, that's so bad for 120 because obviously didn't get level 3. But if he had just gone green, 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 he would have 2 more items now. He would have more or less the same experience. But now he's missing those items. He lost the ghoul. And of course now the Shadowhunter will be joining. And map control will be flipping in the orc's favor. Very fast tier 3. We have seen this Mass Wyvern style a lot over the last few months. Not easy for the undead to counter. You're gonna need a healthy mix of destroyers, upgrades, and gargs, and most importantly, in the very end, you're gonna have to make use of strong heroes, because the ghouls cannot be relied upon, obviously, against the Wyvern. Lindo here unable to find the DK, so he's gonna be doing a bit of creeping himself with a Hex Trick. That's also something we've been seeing a lot lately. Oh, if the Skelly gets the steal, that would be sick, but shouldn't be able to. No. Shadowhunter picks it up. Periapt. Pretty good for him early game. Late game, probably not so good. DK coming back to the red camp for round 2. And that will finally be level 2 for him. And a big item. Ring of the Archmagi, always really solid. on Lich or Alchemist could be really good. Alchemist is expected. The Tri-Hero against the Eer normally is what will be the attempted counter by the Undead. Qualifier boots. I think that's alright for the Shadowhunter. It's not amazing though. Sobi Mask, for example, would have been way better. Lich getting off to a hot start here. Solo creeping, instant level 2 for him. Nice bonus stats. Lynn is trying to get his double level 3 as quick as he can. And sneaking in a few cheeky hex creeps, like for example at the red. Seems like that will be the intention here. Bad Riders joining. Intended to blow up the Gargs, of course. And we already have Envenom Spear, so now the damage is getting very high on these Wyvern. Going to be 2-0 upgraded here in just a bit. Next big item, Hood of Cunning. Ooh, I think that's a really good item for the Shadow. Both Int and Agi. Nice for the Shadow Hunter. He's quite tanky as well. With the Periad, with his bonus armor. Deceptively tanky. Oh, Lich coming for a possible creep steal. Oh, if he gets the Nova kill, that'll be so big. Oh, not quite. It's just like a second too late. Big mana potion, another great item for the Shadow. $50 supply for Lyn. Wants more bats before taking the fight here. Coil Nova one-shots a Bad Rider. And Lich is level 3 at a very, very strong timing. And now we have the Alchemist. Acid Bomb, along with everything else, gonna make for a strong counter. Take with the bats, 1 and 2, both connect, and the Garg. 3 Gargs taken out right away. Very well done by Lyn. Gets level 2. I mean level 3. Farseer right away. And that's the thing. That's why only Happy looks really, really good against this style, because you have to be so on point with your micro. If something is out of position, it dies so quickly. And I would say with those Garg kills, Lyn takes a little bit of a lead this game. Of course, it also cost him the bats, so it's not like that was for free. Next big item. Oh, begin one. There it is. That's okay. A little safety button. Then he's also creeping up a lot. Seems like he might be aiming for a fast level 5, double level 5. 1-0 needs upgrades. Armor upgrades, very important against the Bad Riders. Now he's going for the first one finally. Maybe a little bit late. Ghoul Scout sees what's going on, but will have to pay with his life for it. Oh, look at the Shadow Hunter, dude. Double Hood of Cunning. He's got plus 16 Agi. Despite all that Agi, his attack speed still isn't that high, because just his natural attack speed is pretty low. 1-0 should have a TP to get back home to deal with his flyby. Indeed, he does have it. Armor upgrades coming as well. This is very annoying for the Undead to deal with. The heroes need to be the saviors here, and the Gargs need to be staying far back. If the Gargs try to deal with this, they're gonna get blown up. Thank you, by the way, Bierhumpen with the resub, and I'm Hampton as well with the resub. Much appreciated. Okay, let's take a look at the goal difference here. Not that much yet. Only around 300. That's okay. But of course the Wyvern can keep doing this all the time. Nova Acid Bomb is what's supposed to deal with this. But then it's nicely staying out of range, creeping up a bit more. He's about to have double level 4. I think that's the most agi I've ever seen on a Shadow Hunter. I hope he keeps these items. They're actually really good for the Shadow.
A player's forces are under siege.
He's even keeping the cloak for now. Could be a saving item. Oh, I just realized. On this map, you can't make ziggurats here. So you can't make towers. He could have made one here, actually. Yeah, that's a mistake by 1-0 in the base build. He should have made a tower here, a ziggurat here, to upgrade into a tower. Because that's the only way you can really reliably deal with this harass. Towers. Which are, however, expensive, of course. And now Lin has gotten the time for the tiny. The ghoul sees it. I think 1-0 knows what's going on. But Lin is building a big army already. I don't think he minds. Ghoul goes down. Expo is coming. Getting fortified right away. And already, very important, Lin didn't just go for an expansion at 60 supply, but he waited for more gold so they would be able to get an expansion and shoot up in supply even higher. 64 supply now for Lin. 1-0 still has a chance. He's got good hero levels. Not amazing, but good with 3-3-3. If these undead heroes get to 4-4-4, they're very strong. And if they get to 5-5-5, they're unbeatable.
A player's forces are under attack.
Bad Riders getting the connection again. So far, 1-0 has gotten not a single Coil Nova executed. Where are the shades? Where's the vision? Here's the shade, but not in the right position. That almost sounded like a poem. That rhymed. Speed scroll. Perhaps a bit of a misclick, or is it? Running in right away, Hex is active, and the bats are connecting. The Gargs are instantly gone. Perfect execute so far of the fight for Lin. Wyvern in a bit of trouble, but nice saves as well with one heal score and perhaps a follow-up heal wave. Oh, they're getting healed again. Beautifully done. Lin, absolutely perfect execute here. The Wyvern somehow still alive, but now they will be going down. DK close to falling himself with the Chain Lightning. He gets the kill along with the Hex. Lin just absolutely picture-perfect play. Very, very impressive. That statue won't get away either without the aura. Lich getting caught. Level 2 Hex lasts a long time. Invul might save him, but perhaps not for long. The wolf is faster. Alchemist also still being chased. The DK is back though. With the aura, I guess he should be safe. He has to TP. Only that can save him. 1-0 has almost nothing left, and Lin now easily mining from the expansion. Lin has everything he ever needed. Double level 5 around the corner for him. Very well done. He did unfortunately sell one of the Hood of Cunning. To get more gold, to get the tiny and everything else. So he sold one of the Hood of Cunning and also the Quel'Thalas boots. To have more mass.
A player's forces are under attack.
This will be level 5 Shadow. The level 3 heal wave. Very, very good. Another item for him as well. Circlet. Always a welcome find. Thank you, StyleCraft, for the resub. Lich level 4. DK close to 4. 1-0 is close to unlocking extremely strong heroes. But he's facing such a terrifying mass of orc. And now Raiders will be coming. And with Ensnare, things will get a lot more dangerous for these heroes. Dude, how much damage have these Gargs done in this game? It seems like no damage at all. Speed scroll. Here again come the bats. There's never a Coil Nova to take them out. And the DK might just be dead here. Too much damage. Death Knight dead again. Double level 5. This game is over. And Lin wins another map against 1-0. Very well played. This time around, as he was facing the Ghoul build, didn't go for Headhunters and Berserkers, but rather the Wyvern. And that was a very, very well played game of Wyvern. 1-0, I would say, making fewer mistakes than he did before, but still making some mistakes. You have to play a clean game if you want to deal well with these top orcs. And especially the creep route here was the problem. To be fair, Turtle Rock is very difficult for the undead to get a clean level 3. Almost impossible. But going for the red camp creep, when Lynn was right there, was definitely a mistake. Oh, I thought Twisted Meadows was going to be Lynn's map pick, but apparently it's 120's map pick. Twisted Meadows for our second map. Lynn looking very impressive today in his matchup against Undead. Surprisingly nowadays, he seems to be struggling a bit against Fortitude, where his matchup against Human used to be his biggest strength. At the moment, something there seems to be an issue. He will have to figure out what that is. But yeah, against 1-0 so far, he's looking grand. 3-map win streak at the moment could make it a perfect 4-0 if he wins this map here as well. Twisted Meadows, big map, lots of stuff you can do, lots of laming, buying time, creeping, expanding. I think this is a must Blade Master map, actually. But he has no buildings, so this is going to be a farce here. Alright. I still think Blade is clearly the strongest strat on this map, but fair enough. Farseer it will be. And 1-0 returning to the Tet Fiend build. No Ghoul build anymore. Between the two top undeads, we see a clear divergence in strategy. Happy feels very strong and very confident with the Ghoul build. 1-0, much less so. Seems like 1-0, whenever he can play Tet Fiends, he tries to play Tet Fiends. He will try here again. Acolyte confirms the suspicions. It is the fast tech. Because there's no buildings, no barracks, no shop. He knows it has to be a Farseer.
The player's forces are under attack.
So this is shaping up to be most likely a pivot into mass headhunters again. Normally when orcs scout a Tet Fiend build, they don't want to go Wyvern. DK gets the last hit, but it cost him 2 coils. He's got only 48 XP. And this is the same problem we saw before. Tet Fiend build, very bad at creeping. And just bad at everything in the early game. Although it is 4 ghouls, not just 3 ghouls. But that means that the first Fiend is going to take forever to come out. This just looks pretty bad for 1-0 already. Yeah, I mentioned before, I really disagree with this build. I think Tet Fiends is just kind of terrible against Orc these days. In comparison. Is he going to go for some barracks here? Oh no! Lynn is not going Headhunters. Okay. Might still go Wyvern then. Dude, look how long it takes for the first Fiend. We have some Zigguras in the back of the base, so he should be safe against Wyvern Harass this time. But look how slowed down everything is for 1-0. Now he's moving out the ghouls to creep this camp to finally get level 2. Which he will. But this will be more than 4 minutes necessary. Then can rush tier 3 here. Very quick. Here comes the shadow. And it is the double bestiary. One to 0 has to get this creep. Cannot afford to give it up. And he should. With the coil, certainly. He's taking a lot of damage here, but there we go. At long last. 4 minutes 30 is how long it took.
The player's forces
We still don't have a Fiend, by the way. 1-0, why are you playing this build if you're not even making Fiends? That's what's puzzling me. Like, if you don't make Fiends, this build does nothing for you. This is so weird. This is so weird. And I guess Lin has the read. He sees, okay, you're pretending to be going for Tet Fiends, but you're not actually going Fiends, so I can go Wyvern again.
A town is under siege.
With tier 3. Both now on the way to tier 3. This has been a terrible start for 1-0. He's not even remotely close to the level up. And now comes the Shadow Hunter, and with Hex,
Players' forces are under attack.
map control turns in Lin's favor. One to 0 is looking a bit lost against Lin today. One of the two undeads in this tournament is looking very close to being eliminated. Now, it's not like this game's over necessarily. There's certainly a way to come back. You know, there's still lots of time on the clock. This is Twisted Meadows. There can be crazy levels. There can be crazy items. But this is the perfect start for Lin. Absolutely perfect start for Lin. Ruined Bracers. Actually, pretty bad in this matchup. It's the Wyvern you need to protect, not the heroes. Why is he going late Crypt if he's not even going Fiends? This is so weird. This just straight up seems like a bad build by 1-0. Just straight up seems like a bad build. Lin creeping the natural, can think about expanding now. Items for him, not really good. As he wants mana and damage. Got none of that so far. Similar for 1-0 though. Then should be able to snipe this camp pretty easy, right? If he hexes the High Priest. Double rings. Pretty unfortunate, but that's how it is sometimes. And Venom Spears coming up. Supply block lifted. Lin can get up to 50 supply very fast. Pendant of Mana. Ooh, that's sick for the Shadow. Pendant of Mana plus Mana Potion. Really, really good. But Lin's level 3 is not as fast, I think, as it was on the first map. There, the Shadow Hunter got level 3 super fast. It's a lot of creeping that we see. Normally, that favors the undead if he gets crazy high hero levels. Of course, we're not there yet, but we're on the way. Mass minus armor here with Lich and Alchemist. What is there about a Telestaff to fake a TP home if there is some Wyvern flyby shenanigans? Seems like 1-0 should upgrade at least one tower here.
A player's forces are under attack.
Very sure Lin is going to go for a base attack soon. He's close to the undead main already. Prepped all the camps around. Lin got pretty shitty items, to be honest. What? That must be a disconnect, right?
A player's forces are under attack.
That must be a disconnect. It would be next level rage quitting if Lin just leaves the game because he found mostly bad items before there was a single fight. That would be weird. Okay, let's take a look what we see on Infi stream. Yeah, I think that was just a disconnect. I say it's a win for Lin. Nah, you can't give the win to Lin. This was still very much a game up in the air. Lin's early game was perfect, absolutely perfect, but that doesn't mean that the game's over. It has to be a regame. Unreal that we have DCs in 2024. Yep. Most games nowadays have a reconnect feature. Would be nice if Blizzard had given us such a feature. But they didn't. Blizzard neglected to give us quite a lot of features, as it turns out. The reconnect being one of them. They just started a new game. Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing they can do. They just have to restart. Yeah. Lin had a bit of a lead. But honestly, 1-0 caught up very well with just mass creeping. Getting tons of XP. Go Gamba. Nah, dude, the Gamba is still on. We still... Oh! Wait, I did forget about the Gamba. Oh, damn, you're right, bro. I thought I did one. Well, that's good news for all you gambling addicts. We will have a Gamba for map 2. Okay. 80 seconds. And then the regame will be ready. Lin surely has his changed strategy now. Not necessarily. Mass Wyvern is just a solid strat all around. Ironically, right? Like, Wyvern is playable almost nowhere. It only has a very narrow use case. But against Undead, Mass Wyvern is very playable. Probably not against Fiends, but against everything else, it is playable. As displayed by Lin, as displayed by many other orcs. It is the favorite orc strat at the moment. It's a regame. Yes, indeed it is. At least it happened pretty early, right? It's not like one player had 1-2 late game fights and was up by 20 supply. That's when it's really annoying. When one player is really, really far ahead. Lin was ahead, but honestly not by that much. Alrighty. And now we are ready to try this again. Regame attempt. I always find this interesting if players make adjustments. If I was 1-0, I would most certainly be playing a ghoul opening now. To be honest, that build just looked kind of stupid. He went for a Ted Fiend build without making any Fiends. He just had slow ghouls and then was trying to creep with ghouls. It didn't look very well thought out. It looked kind of silly, to be honest. And understandably, this time 1-0 is going for a ghoul opening. This seems a lot more reasonable. With the ghoul opening, the DK can creep the green camps in the middle pretty easily. Oftentimes the DK can even get level 3 pretty quickly, something that a Tet Fiend build would be utterly incapable of. Seems like Linus going for the same strat again. No Blade Master, which I'm a bit disappointed with. I still think Blade is so good on this map. But Lin trusts in the Farseer. Pretty standard openings. This is certainly something that we see Happy play all the time. Happy always goes for the DK Ghoul build, never goes Tet Fiends anymore. It's a lot about leveling. The late game is basically all about hero levels. And the Ghoul opening normally gives you a strong start into the leveling race.
Players' forces are under attack.
Oh, what is this creeping this camp first? Really? Isn't that a bit tough? Well, I guess with more ghouls, it should work out. Take out the first two with only these little guys and then bring in more for the big boy. Fast tech, of course, full in. We know what to expect. The Mass Wyvern, quick tier 3. Shadow Hunter. Oh, almost getting surrounded. Oh, scary little moment right there for the Farseer. Farseer got a little bit of XP here from the first Acolyte. Warcraft seems to be playing this a lot more cleanly now. It's gonna get more XP here from the big creep. No coil needed. Warcraft finally showing his chops that we know he's capable of. Oh, almost got the wolf. As long as the DK is only level 1, the Farseer is very happy with the state of the game. Of course, that's about to change. But the main purpose of the Farseer here is to prevent DK level 3. If the DK gets level 3 too quick, that's when things get really scary. Oh, the Ghoul's surrounded against the creeps here. Okay, does get out though. DK got the level 2, and now with the aura, things get a lot easier. Saves that rule as well. Alright. I would say this is the most convincing we've seen 1-0 so far in the games against Lane. It's not like he's got a great lead or anything. Whoa, wait a minute. Double crypt.
A player's forces are under attack.
That's something I haven't seen on it do before. Interesting. From Lin, we get exactly what we're expecting. Mass Wyvern tier 3.
A player's forces are under attack.
I don't think Lin has seen the double crypt yet. Ooh, wonder there's going to be delaying tier 3. That's a risky choice. If he can get ahead on tier 2, it might be worth it. But if he doesn't, then having later tier 3, having later orb, having later alchemist for leveling could also backfire. He's expanding! Oh, damn! Oh, damn. Tier 2 Expo. That is cool. I've never seen this before as a counter. Great Skelly Scout, by the way. 1-0 know that Lin is super busy here with the Hex Creep. Wound Bracers. We've seen tons of those today. Okay, Lin knows what's up, though. He saw with the wolves. But I'm pretty sure he can't do anything about this. Lin can only hope to counter-expand. I would think. This slows down the other heroes for 1-0 a lot. Lich is late. Alchemist is gonna be really late. Good thing is Alchemist is always good. Even just late game level 1 Acid Bomb against Wyvern is good. I wonder if I might be able to get a burrow cancel here. This could supply block Lin if he sees the burrow, but it's nighttime right now. There's limited vision. First Garg, ready for the kaboom. There's Coil, but no Nova, so you can't really snipe these. That's of course the problem with Gargs. They get countered pretty well by bad riders. Now we're gonna go for a tiny here is the question. Lin doesn't really have the gold for it right now, but he is pretty close to having it. Now we finally have the Lich. The expansion will be ready in a sec. Rune Bracers again, dude. What is up with these Rune Bracers? So many today. They've been getting sold almost all the time. The problem is for 1-0, he is far away from tier 3, and without tier 3, the heroes aren't so scary without Orb, and the ghouls certainly aren't scary. Oh wait, he forgot about the tiny. Oh, Lin, small mistake here. A little late with that tiny. Now he's got it. Oh, there we go. I think that's the first successful Coil Nova against a bad rider all day. Tiny Great Hall will be placed. Oh, one bad rider did get the connect. Coil. Oh, but doesn't quite get the Nova. Nice micro here by Lin, pulling it back. And of course, Hex is really strong right now. We have no Dispel. Oh, the bad rider. Alright, nice snipe with the Nova. And now the Gargs turn out to be really good against the Wyvern, as there's no bats ready at the moment. But then again, the Wyvern damage, the Envenom Spears. Here comes a fresh bat. Boom! That's a double kill. Oh, Farseer, very hurt all of a sudden. Now he wouldn't mind to have those Rune Bracers. But the ghouls, as you can see, are kind of a laughingstock. Ready for the next heat wave. Then he's getting more and more kills. 1-0's aggression is backfiring. If he had just played defensive, just teched up, he didn't even start the tech yet. Oh god. 1-0 is still only tier 2. I think the tier 2 expansion is pretty smart. Because the Orc cannot stop the tier 2 expansion if you've got Gargs. But then there was no follow-up after the Expo. And again, Lin seems to be far ahead. More supply, better tech, better levels. Alright, Nova and the Gargs. Finding some kills here. Oh, but the bats always arrive perfectly in time. So much XP for the Orc heroes. One more Hex, that's the kill. And this might just be the game. 1-0 is not going to tap out yet. Yeah, I think laying the Lich was a mistake, right? He should have just waited with the other Gargs and just made a Lich on tier 2 right away. Started creeping him right away. Difficult to say, though. I think there's something here. This tier 2 expansion might have some potential. But this game ain't it. Lin completely shutting down 1-0 today. He's going to go 4-0 in maps. Unless something crazy happens here. There's still no tech for 1-0, man. He is stuck on tier 2. Oh, that is so bad. That is so bad. I would love to see a Shredder for Lin. Get that lumber. Get those upgrades. It's just more and more bats. I think Lin is the one who could go for an Alchemist as well, right? Alchemist third, maybe? Oh, with Acid Bomb and Heal Spray. That could be really good, I think. All the Gargs dead again. Yet more XP for the Orc heroes. And the next Hex could be the kill. Oh, gets the Inborn just in time. But now the damage output seems to be non-existent. The bat numbers are exactly always just sufficient. Chain Lightning kill. And I think that's gonna do it. Another Hex. Another kill. And this is 1-0 out. GG it is. Lin with the win. Here once again. Not even a disconnect can stop him. 1-0 trying a lot of different strats. Trying a lot of different new attempts. But all to no avail. Lin just way better today. Our second place finisher from the group. Lin makes it through and eliminates 1-0.